Hey guys, um, don't worry if you hear stuff in the background. That's just my missus who is watching TV. So don't get too worried about this. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use this stuff, Woodland Scenics Deep Pool Water Murky, to model a river on this diorama that I've been working on. And as you can see, I've already prepared the area where the water product is going to go. I stuck some masking tape on both ends, 2 layers of it actually, just to make sure that nothing drips out of there. And this is very strong masking tape, so nothing should happen there. And what we have to do now is we have to prepare our deep pour water murky. But let me show you the contents of this box. Well, it comes with an instruction booklet, which I already took out, in English, French, Spanish, and German, with some color pictures, as you can see, and it's a very detailed instruction sheet, so can't fault that. It does come with a plastic bag, and I will show you in a second why we need the plastic bag, with 2 stirrers, wooden stirrers, very important to stir them, 2 mixing cups, plastic mixing cups that you can then put measuring numbers on. We will only need 1 because we are going to use the entire product for this diorama piece, and plastic gloves, but I'm not going to use these plastic gloves. I'm going to use proper plastic gloves. But this is not the important stuff. The important stuff is this: our resin water base and our activator. And the instructions tells me to, before using this, put this in this plastic bag and then put this in warm water, which we're going to do. Oh, hi. So we're going to do this, and let me see in the instruction sheet how long this has to go into the water. 10 minutes. Put both bottles in this plastic bag. Put the plastic bag in there, and then set the timer for 10 minutes on the phone. So 10 minutes it is. So while we wait, let me show you the diobase a bit more in detail. It has a road, cobblestone road, some vegetation. The cocktail stick is indicating a spot for a tree that will go there. I used some mini natura stuff, some Noch stuff, some reality and scale stuff, some green line stuff from Federica's Rex, some stuff from Scenic Factory, some shrubs and nature products. So yes, this is going to feature an SDK set 222, which is currently being built as well, and a couple of figures, and of course there will be a bridge. The bridge is painted and built as well already, so I can put this in place as soon as the water has cured. What else do we need? We need something to put over the top of this so no dust or anything settles on top of the freshly poured resin. And for that matter, I have a plastic box sitting next to the bench that I can use for that purpose as soon as we are on the go. So what happens once this is has been in this water container for 10 minutes? We'll take this out, and then we will have to stir this for another 10 minutes in our mixing cup. Where's the one that I already prepared? There it is. Yeah, that's the one that already has the scale on it. And then we'll mix it with these wooden sticks. Should be roughly here, like 330 mil is what's in there. And this should be enough to cover about 1 centimeter of ground in here, which is roughly what I want anyways. If you want to know how much you need for your diorama, Reality and Scale actually, no, not Reality and Scale, Woodland Scenics actually on their website has an app that lets you calculate how much of this stuff you need to cover your dio, or like the area you want to cover. And you can either measure in centimeters or millimeters, or you can use inches. So both for imperial as well as metrical systems, your bases should be covered. This is kind of the boring phase of this video, because we have to wait for the resin to soften up. So I can tell you about, I'm almost done with my on practical teacher training. I passed all the exams that I needed to pass, so can't fail anymore. So that's good news. And starting today, I'm on 2 weeks Easter break after being sick for a week. Luckily, as you can hopefully hear, my voice is starting to come back, and I'm not feeling as terrible as I have for the last couple of days. Let me try and move this even closer so you guys can see even better what's happening, and less of me and more of the bench area. There you go. So yeah, that's where we stand. We still have 6 minutes to wait for the resin to sit in this water base, which will soften it up, because apparently it is very temperature sensitive to stuff and reacts to temperature. And one thing I can tell you, to prevent the resin from what's the word, from leaving the riverbed, I used plaster cloth and plaster as underneath layers to protect the foam that's under here, because this stuff gets warm when it cures. And if this warm stuff then gets in contact with foam, the foam will melt, gas will protrude from the foam and kind of ruin your resin. And you don't want this, especially having put all of the man hours into building up the diorama base, the money you spend for the stuff on it, the money you spend for the resin. Although I have to say, at 27 euros coming from the States, this was not too expensive. And yeah, make sure that if you use this stuff, you have a protective layer if you're using foam as your landscaping material. And then you can just go ham, basically, and go full on. I also vacuumed out the riverbed after being done with all the landscaping and all the shrubs and stuff, and the ground cover, because I don't want anything to like float in the water. I want it to be rather clear while murky. And then I will be adding some ripples at a later point, either with Mod Podge or with other white glue, but we'll see about that when it's time to see about that. So 4 minutes left. So let's look at the instruction sheet then again. What do we have to do afterwards? Okay. Yes. Stir it for 5 minutes. Yes. Slowly. Do not like go ham, but just do it slowly and carefully. Be sure to scrape both the bottom as well as the sides so everything gets mixed. After that, you give it 5 minutes rest, put something on top, give it 5 minutes rest, and then mix it for another 5 minutes. All right, okay. All right. Yeah, all right, and then pour the water. Do not pour this deeper than 12 inches. 1.2 inches, I'm sorry. What? 12.7 millimeters. Okay. Do not pour deeper than 12.7 millimeters. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. There can be air bubbles, but you can tease them with the spatulas. So yes. So next up, once this is done, we'll take the bottles out of there. Then we have to not shake them. Do not shake the bottles, but just tilt them for a couple, like 5 seconds. Okay. Do not shake the bottles. Yes. And then just mix the two. And as we are using both, all of it, we don't even have to measure, but we can just like use all of it. Oh, thank you, Twisted Sniper. Yeah, but like I said, this is the way I have to do them right now because my camera, like my phone won't let me access the videos on my phone, so I cannot upload them to YouTube over my via my computer. So I have to do live streams using the computer at this moment. So that's what we're doing. So yes, I'm actually both excited as well as anxious to do this because I put a lot of time in this dio base, and whenever I used water products before, it didn't go as planned. When I used the Vallejo still water or AK still water, it just really didn't work out as planned. And I once used the what's it called? Deluxe Materials solid water that also didn't work out as planned. So I'm kind of anxious using water products at this time. So wish me luck, I guess. Yeah, but should work, I guess. One more minute, and then we can tilt the bottles for a couple seconds, and then mix it, stir it, let it sit, stir it again, and then 15 minutes later we can finally pour it. It only takes half an hour to prepare the stuff before you can pour it. So you guys have to sit through half an hour of me babbling on about stuff that you probably did not come to see. And my poor girlfriend is sitting over there wanting to watch TV, and because I'm doing this, she cannot watch TV right now. Although I don't care. Well, you guys would have to listen to German TV in the background, but, well, tough luck, I guess. So, 16 seconds. Let me stop the timer before it starts going off. Cancel and set it to 5 minutes already for the mixing. All right, so now this stuff should be a lot. Oh yeah, that looks way better now. Way more liquid as well. So take these out. Take this. Don't need this anymore. Now, like I said, tilt them for a couple seconds. Just make sure that you do not shake them. Just tilt them like this. Try not to get air bubbles in there like this. Now I have an air bubble in there. All right. Set the timer. I'll actually set it for 6 minutes because it will take some time to do the pouring. Let's see, where's the... Okay, first did this. All right, here we go. Like I said, wish me luck, guys. Need to make sure that everything is out of here. Otherwise, it will mess up the measurements, I guess. Okay, you can see the air bubbles already coming to the top. All right, that should be enough. All right, that's that. And now the activator. And now we need to mix it. I know this is very interesting to look at me mixing this stuff. Just so I can put the stirring stick somewhere after. Yeah, fall asleep, Seb. Go ahead. As you always do. Only 2 more minutes of mixing, then we can let it sit for 5 minutes, and then we have to mix it again for 5 minutes. How about that? Yeah, I'll blame myself if there's going to be a big accident. Oh, are you on the road right now? Oh, okay. No, now that makes sense. I thought you meant like on my bench. But then again, I don't think you care about my bench being flooded with resin. This kind of hurts my fingers. Fuck. Don't be surprised if my phone goes off in 20 seconds. Oh, Sep, you son of a bitch, you suck. That was the first 5 minutes of mixing. Put this over there. Put this on top. Let this sit for 5 minutes. And don't get too freaked out if my missus shows up in a second, because she wants to see me do this. And she always wants to touch the stuff once it's dry. Yeah, I know. That's what she said also. This is a lot of resin water for a very small diorama piece. Let's see if the Woodland Scenics calculator did not mess this up. And let's hope I didn't mess anything up. I am really anxious right now. I'm like shaking. I need to let this sit for 3.5 more minutes. So you are on the road then, I guess. You have to work on Good Friday, Seb. Holy crap. Did not expect that to be the case. That's not something that happens often. People having to work on Good Friday in Christian countries. My ugly face. Oh yeah, it is. It sure as hell is. German holiday. Everybody's off here. Like, you can't even play loud music on this day in Germany. It's ridiculous. Like, bars had to close early last night. Huh? What? Oh no. Gorfia. What's oh no? Oh no? I'm not a fan of Yoko Ono, if that's what you mean. Yeah, she did. Very much so. I agree. Keep your eyes on the road, Seb. Eyes on the road. All right, let's go. Let's continue with another 5 minutes of stirring. Ouch. How did you do that? But trust me, it's not that bad. I'm going to destroy an entire diorama as well as my bench and probably a couple of clothes in a second as well, so don't worry. I sure as I'm not kidding. This stuff gets warm. Two minutes, guys, then we can pour it. Whoop, whoop. And I tell you, this cup is getting warm because the stuff starts to react with each other now. Yeah, exactly. It's a poor dio. I feel for it as well. It's what reality and scale has told me to. Woodland Scenics, not reality and scale. For it's 30 centimeters by 10 centimeters wide, so it's a large dio river, and they say 1.2 centimeters. That's okay in depth because this is the deep pour stuff that they have. So yeah, we'll see if it works or if it doesn't. If it doesn't, I'm screwed. One minute. Now it's 30 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. It should be like 1.1, 1.2 centimeters deep max. So should be good. I hope. All right. Here we go. Let's turn this off for a second. And then, here we go, guys. Here we go. It's running to the sides of the dial, as it should. Now it's the second where I get worried for a second. It has now reached the masking tape on both sides, starting to rise. So far, the masking tape is holding up rather well. It has now reached the edge of the vegetation where it was supposed to go as well. So far, so good. It's now reaching the lower levels of the bridge, which is also as expected. Oh fuck! The masking tape is not high enough! No! Ich sehe das nicht. Ist schon übergelaufen?
Nee.
All right. All right. And now let's pour the last couple of drops. This stuff is self-leveling, which is cool. So far, everything looks just as I had hoped it looked. Can't see many air bubbles, so that's also good. All right. Now then, nothing's going through there. That's good. It's looking okay. Nope. Und dann das kannst du mir jetzt da drüben die Box geben. It's almost creeping over this edge as well. Fuck. And that. Okay, it's more than I'd anticipated it's to reach in height, which could be a problem when it cures. So either I did something wrong calculating this. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right, next up, put it on the lid. And now, let's wait. So, thank you guys for being here for this experiment. I'll keep you guys posted as to whether or not this actually worked. And I'll see you guys soon. This is How I'm Modeling. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.